Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here, and today we have the Tier 9 Pommern, the brand new German premium battleship to review today. And she is available for coal, money, or doubloons, depending upon what method you prefer. So it is entirely possible to get this ship for free. I did. I managed to save up enough coal over. Well, it was for Thunderer, but when Pommern got announced, I, of course, decided to stick it out and wait for her to be released. So, this is potentially a free Tier 9 premium ship, or you will pay in the area of about $80 for her straight out, either in the blooms or just with a cash transaction. So anyway, we are going to go ahead right now and look over her statistics, and then we'll take her out for about an hour. I'll give you guys my genuine first impressions of her. And this is all with no captain skills being applied or with modules equipped. So if you guys do enjoy the video, please make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We are on our way to 15,000 subscribers. It's been a while since we've been on our way to 5,000 subscribers. We're on our way to 15,000 subscribers, and we're roughly 500 away from that goal. So helping us get there would be much, much appreciated. So let's go ahead and dive right on into the Pommern. So let's start with her armor layout. Now this is of course the FDG hull, so it is pretty much identical to the FDG. See, she has a 60mm icebreaker bow, so nothing can penetrate that, not Yemi, not Shikishima. Then she has a 32mm upper and lower bow plating. She has a 150mm cheek right here. 145mm upper belt. 235mm main armor belt, and then again another 90mm plating on her stern. Her deck armor goes 32, 32, 50, 80, and then 50 again. So some nice deck armor there to, well, discourage HE spam. Not that it matters because fires don't care about deck armor, but you do have some decent deck armor there to counter some HE spam. Then 50, 32, and 32 once again. Turret face is 400mm, turret top is 200, side is 250, back is 380. And of course the restrictor is 19mm, conning tower is 350mm. And of course she has that good old turtleback armor, which means you will not be citadel from close range. But as with the German armor, you are chunky from medium to long range. That's just the German way. Alright. So hit points, she has 81,900 hit points. That's roughly 3,000 less than the FDG. Yeah, it's about 3,000 less than the actual FDG. She has a 25% torpedo damage reduction, which is the same from the FDG. Now her artillery, she has 12 15-inch guns with a 33-second reload, a 180 time of 36 seconds, maximum dispersion of 273 meters, and she has a 34% chance of starting a fire with one shell, which that on a battleship with 12 guns, that isn't all that bad. And she has a velocity of 820 meters a second on both AP and HE, with a maximum range of 21.3 kilometers and a maximum AP shell damage of 11,600. Now, right off the bat, those stats right there don't sound terrible. 15-inch guns at Tier 9, they aren't the biggest, but you do have 12 of them, just like the Alsace. But a 33-second reload time, yeah, that's not that great. Add on to the fact that this ship does have 1.5 Sigma. We'll see how she performs in battle, but just be aware of that. Secondary armament, she has the FDG's secondary armament, so it's almost like the GKs, but you have one more turret of 150mm guns instead of an extra 105mm gun turret. So instead of having 20 105mm guns, you only have 16 105mm guns and 12 150mm guns. So very, very close secondary armament. FG secondary armament is of course amazing, just like the rest of the German lines. It's by far the best at its tier. So, you know, it does suck that, you know, it's not the FDG secondaries with another 105mm turret. But, yeah, it is what it is. Alright. I'm sorry, I have to correct myself there. I went lucid for a second and forgot that the GK has 128 millimeter guns, not 105 millimeter guns. So these 105 millimeter guns, they can pin 26 millimeters of armor. The 128s on the GK can pin 32 millimeters of armor. So, you know, it is a tier 9. You can see, and probably will see, a lot of tier 7 ships, and plus just the way that German battleships are, the secondaries are pretty good. Of course, it would be ideal if she had 32 millimeters of penetration on her secondaries, but it is what it is. They're still good secondaries, but just not quite peak secondary levels. The 150s on the other hand can of course pin 38 millimeters of armor, so we are good there. Now she does also have torpedoes. She has 2x4 torpedoes. I do believe these are Tirpitz torps. Let me double check with the Tirpitz real quick. Yeah, they're Tirpitz torpedoes, which are also the same torpedoes that are on Odin as well. Range of 6 kilometers and a torp speed of 64 knots. So you get into a knife fight, those are going to come in handy real quick. A defense rating of 78, that doesn't mean anything. Top speed of 31 knots without the flag. Just turning circle radius of 940 meters. And rotor shift time of 17.3 seconds. Concealment, terrible. 16.8 kilometers base concealment. Alrighty then. Her modules now. She does have a damage control party, repair party, and a hydroacoustic search. And look at this now. We can now reorder our consumables if we want. Thank you, Wargaming. Anyway, so she's got pretty much everything in the German toolkit except for a fighter plane, which, considering how AA is now not having a fighter plane, that kinda sucks. So CVs are of course going to be this thing's weakness. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and mount flags and put a captain and some modules on here, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, so of course it's a German battleship. I went with a full secondary module build. Auxiliary Armaments Mod 1, Damage Con 1, a Secondary Battery Mod 1, Damage Con 2, Concealment, and Auxiliary Armaments Mod 2 as it's called now. Captain build, I slapped Lucians on here. We've got Preventive Maintenance, MLG Turrets, Adrenaline Rush, Superintendent, BFT, AFT, and of course Manual Fire Control for secondary armaments. So now, the reload isn't any faster. We've got a 30-second 180 time on the turrets, which that's great for getting into close quarter fights. The secondary batteries, the 105 millimeter guns with 26 millimeters of pin, they now have a 2.4 second reload time and a 10.9 kilometer range. This is before flags are on. The 150s have a 5.4 second reload time and a 10.9 kilometer range. And now her concealment is down to 15.1 kilometers. Let's go ahead and mount the relevant signal flags. So you got the secondary ones. Oh, these are the two new ones I don't have any of. Make sure that's on. Slap some economic flags on there. So now the secondary guns are out to 11.5 kilometers, which is 0.1 kilometers shy of the GK's firing range. Alright, so we are all set up now. I'm going to go ahead and hop into battle, and I'll see you guys in there. I want to get some more ramming flags and wargaming. You forgot to scooch over your armory control bar right here. So I got hydroacoustic search. I'm assuming it's the normal, 6 kilometer German hydro range. Oh boy, Nagato has shot at me while I'm trying to fix my map. Let's take a shot at this Nagato. How was that? That's not terrible for German. I hit something with one shell. Oh, and of course I do have Lucians on here. So when I hit 100 secondary hits, the battleship will get, the Pommern will get a boost to the reload time of a 15%. Put the secondary range marker out there. Yep, there you go, start a fire. And this is kind of what you want to do with a secondary ship. Kind of just get a ship that's stuck in your secondary range, just let them have at it. It might be just me, but those are some very wonky looking secondary dispersion. I mean, like, I know it's no Massachusetts, but I mean, even the Germans are usually more accurate than that. But I mean, we're getting the hits in. Start another fire. Okay, or that. We'll be sure to check out just how much damage the secondaries did after the battle. Oh yeah, I have torpedoes. I forgot about those. Woo! That's actually not bad dispersion. Ah, sad panda. Goodbye, you nice and now. Again, doesn't look terrible. There we go. Torpedoes, such fun. Get them. See, when people complain that, oh, you need IFHE so your secondaries can pin 32 millimeters of armor, you think that Akatsuki cares? No, I'm hurting him either way. Yeah, yes, if you're fighting other battleships, yes, it would be nice to have 32 millimeters of pin on every secondary, but you have giant guns for that. You know, you're not. I mean, yes, the added damage, of course, helps, but in a brawl, it's more not it's more or less determined by you getting that good punchy salvo off at the right time. Whereas the secondaries, when you're fighting larger ships, you know, yeah, the bow and the stern's 32 millimeters of armor, and yeah, there are some battleships that are coated in 32 millimeters of armor, but of course, more often than not, your big punchy guns will take care of them in a fight either way. Hello, Implacable. And yeah, the chip damage will help, but again, in a brawling situation, when you're doing drive-bys and such, it's not that important. But don't get me wrong, it is of course nice. God, we are just face-rolling this team. Hey, I can overmatch your bow, nice and now. Like that. Come on, game, don't end before I get some more damage off this Gneiser now. Hey, there's that secondary armament expert talent. Aww. That is my first heal. My first heal this game. Like, good God. And yeah, I know I showed the Gneiser broadside, but what you gonna do with 4 15-inch guns? Oh, he's gonna get that Amalfi. Okay, first game we won. We absolutely rolled the enemy team. So yeah, that happened. 75,000 damage done. Yeah. Game didn't last. Did we even make it to, like... It wasn't that long. It was maybe 12 minutes, if that. So let's see how much damage the secondaries did. Secondaries did 20,000 damage. So, okay, about a quarter of the damage that we did that game, roughly. So, okay. So, yeah, that's pretty decent. Yeah, the battle time was only 10 minutes, and it was really over by the 6-minute mark. Okay, let's keep going. Whew. Alright, so now the reload time of the secondaries is hilariously low. We were rolling this team, and now that's changed. Nuke, I'm sorry. Oh, look at our turrets. Mad lad turrets confirmed. I got 1 torp off on the Missouri. It's also weird that the Prince Oregon isn't trying to cap. They're down to 95 points. If someone on their team would have capped, this would be a much closer game. Well, it's the only ship over here, so I'm for sure going to get focused like it's nobody's business. However, the CV is detected. And players normally get some mad bloodlust when a CV's around. Okay, let's see if we can poke Yammy's cheek. Well, we gotta hit it first. Oh, well, rip turret number 3. Oh my god, I went crazy. But one hidden flooding on the Yoshi. And did he put it out? Yes, he did. Sad panda. Lol. Didn't realize I set a fire on the Yammy. That's magical there, boys and girls. Completely forgot that I was focused on the Yammy for like that entire time. So we got 1 kill, 139,000 damage done in a tier 10 game. Third on the team. Okay. Okay, that Yammy dying bought us a little bit more time. Come on, Pommern, face me. Let's have some fun. Uh-oh, here comes the Richtofen. Damn, look how maneuverable those planes are. And there goes 10,000 health, and that was only one bomb hitting. Actually, I think it was 2. Richtofen, no, might have been, that was 1 Citadel, I think. Or just pins. Because Richtofen can 26-4 you, like 26,400 damage, if all of its bombs connect in Citadel. Are you kidding me? The battle's over. Right when we're getting to the good part. I did 36,000 damage that game. Game ended, was over by the, I think that game was even over by the 6-minute mark. Man, that sucks. I hate it so much when that happens. Okay, so in this game, that was the second game that we had. The secondaries did, 50,000 damage. Secondaries did 50,000 damage just about. So yeah, again, another nice contribution to the score. Okay, so unfortunately that's all the time I have to test out the Pommern. So far, honestly, feels pretty solid. Is this an $80 ship? Nah, I wouldn't say so. Is this a ship that's worth spending your coal on? Honestly, if you don't have Thunderer, I would get this ship, because this ship feels like a fun ship. It feels like a GK with torpedoes. Now, of course, it doesn't have the 420mm guns, and it only has the 105mm secondaries, but as you guys have seen from the first 2 games, and if that third game hadn't ended so fast, I'm sure this thing could have easily have done 100,000 damage in the situation I was running into with the other Pommern and the Richtofen around the corner. I feel like I could have taken them both on, and the ship could have performed quite well. Ship feels fun. Is this going to be an ultra competitive ship? Probably not. Next season of ranked, in the ranked sprint with the 3v3 tier 9 ships, I think we're going to see a whole lot of Pommern for a very good reason. And this ship feels solid, guys. It's not terrible. It's not fantastic, don't get me wrong. There are many better ships in the game than this one, but it's not bad, like a lot of people were assuming when the Sigma got nerfed. And as you guys saw, it did get those weird salvos every now and then, but with 12 guns, even with the 33-second reload, I was still able to get shots in and get damage in. Now, what happened there in that third game where the match just ended so fast, that would have happened to any German battleship. In that situation, the GK, for example, that happens to me quite often because of the nature of tier 10 gameplay. Everyone hangs at the back, everyone snipes. No one really wants to move in, and when you can finally get in close to an enemy ship by the time that you can get it within your optimum range of their ship, the match is over. That happens. That's just the nature of high tier games right now. So Pommern overall, from the first impressions, I feel like I got a really good feel for it. It's a fun ship. I wouldn't spend $80 on it. If you're going to spend that much money on buying a tier 9 premium, buy something like Alaska first. I mean, again, it's your money, do what you want with it, but my advice, save up the coal and then get this ship. It's a really fun ship, it seems. Again, it's got torpedoes, it's got the German secondary, it's got the armor, it's got the guns. So it feels all around pretty solid. Not worth $80 though, so keep your eye out on those coal coupons, or again, if it goes on sale by some method, I would buy it then. But anyway, guys, that's my opinion on the Pommern from the first impressions review. The second impressions review will be out in a couple of days, so keep your eyes open for that. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like, comment, tell me what you think about the Pommern, subscribe to the channel. Like I said at the start of the video, we're on our way to 15,000 subscribers, and I cannot thank you guys enough for that. Again, guys, hope you're having a wonderful day, and hope to catch you guys in the next one.